Happy Thursday. How's your
Happy
day?
Thursday. I'm good. How about you?
Hi, good. It's very nice to hear me too. The weather is good today, so it's okay.
Same
Hmm.
in Korea. Yeah.
Oh, it's not too hot? Not
Yeah,
too
not too
humid?
hot. Yeah, not too humid,
Um,
not too hot. Yeah, very good
I
weather today.
see. Wow, that's very nice to hear. At least it's not really very uncomfortable to move.
Yes,
Mm.
right.
Yeah, so that means you're not using your air conditioner or fan.
Yes, these days I'm using only fan, not air conditioner
Ah,
anymore.
wow. So usually August is the peak of the summer season, but it's cooler. The weather is
Yes,
weird.
right. Yes, correct. Usually, the
Mhm.
hottest season month is August in Korea, but this
Mm-mm.
year it's little bit weird. Yeah,
Mm.
July was hotter than August.
Right. Yes, I observed that as well. A lot of my students complained last July, but August they say it got better.
Right.
Yes. I hope it will continue. Yes, to get better.
Yeah.
Okay. Any plans for the weekend, or you're just going to your cafe?
This weekend I go on a Hokkang with my family.
Ah, I
You know
see.
Hokkang
Okay.
at the Novotel Hotel with a swimming
Mm-mm.
pool.
Ah, the swimming pool is for everybody or just your
Limited
family?
members. No, not
Ah.
our family, but there is a time limit. So we have
Oh,
to make a reservation for 1.5 hours.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so that means there's a time limit. If it is not your time, you cannot go to the swimming
Yes,
pool.
right. Yeah,
I see. Oh, well, I hope that you could enjoy it.
right. And also my kids are expecting the Hokkaido spread very much.
I see. Oh, yeah, maybe because they are already bored at home.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, then, any more things to share with me?
Yeah. That's what
Okay, what's your article for today's class?
today I'd like to discuss the number 1753.
1753 is
North
about
and South Korea.
Korea. Yes, okay. Could you please read your article? Oh.
Okay. South and North Korea have restored cross-border communications just over a year since the Han Line was cut off. In a surprise move that the two countries said was part of an effort to rebuild trust. The decision was announced in statements by South Korea's Presidential Blue House and KCNA, the North State media agency. The Blue House said the restoration of communication lines would have a positive impact on the improvement and development of South-North relationship. KCNA also welcomes the positive effects of the decision, which is said represented a big step in recovering the mutual trust and prompting reconciliation. The move to restore Hanline links comes 13 months after Pyongyang shut down all communication in Prost over Seoul's supposed failure to stop activists from sending anti-Pyongyang propaganda leaflets across the border.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides said South Korean President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un had been exchanging letters since April this year. Kim has talked of the serious problems plaguing his country this year after it closed its borders with China early in the COVID-19 pandemic. North Korea cut the Han Line in June 2020 as cross-border ties soared after a failed second summit in February 2019. between Kim and Donald Trump, who was
Mhm.
then President of the United States. Moon, who has long sought warmer relations with Pyongyang and is credit, credited with blocking the initial meeting between Kim and Trump in June 2018, the first ever involving a sitting U.S. president, has called for a recovery of the Han Line and delayed denuclearization talks.
Mhm.
Sung Kim, the top U.S. diplomat in charge of North Korea negotiations, said in June that Washington was ready to meet officials from Pyongyang anywhere, anytime, without preconditions. But Kim Ju-young, Kim Ju, Kim Yu-jong, Kim Jong-un's sister and a key advisor, refused the offer. Analysts say Tuesday's surprise restoration of the inter-Korea lines could be seen as a sign of Kim's response to Washington.
Mhm.
It looks like he had decided that restoring inter-Korean relations is beneficial to the North, both domestic and foreign poli- policies and politics.
Mhm.
Yang Moo-jin, a professor at the University of North Korean Studies, told AFP news agency.
All
Actually,
right. Yes. Any questions about the vocabulary?
everything's okay with the vocabulary.
Okay. So when did North Korea cut the cross-border line?
North Korea cut the borderline just over a year
Yes. And why did Pyongyang shut down its communication line?
because Pyongyang thought um, Pyongyang thought Seoul's protest supposed failure to stop
Mhm.
activists from sending anti-Pyongyang propaganda leaflets across the border. It's a,
Yes.
um, Pyongyang's protesting on the issue.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. So yeah, to show that they are protesting about that, then they did it.
Right.
Yes. Mhm. And who announced the restoration of communication lines?
Song Kim,
Mhm.
okay, no, not Song Kim, just, okay, who announced of the restoration of communication line. Actually, um, Korea restoration. Blue House? No, have a, um, uh, um, I I cannot find who announced
Mhm.
the restoration of communication line.
Right. Actually, it was not mentioned in the article.
Right, I think so. Maybe,
Yes.
yeah,
Right.
right, yeah,
Just analyst, yeah, was surprised about that, and Yang Mo Jin just made a comment,
yes.
yes, about that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, the decision was announced in statement by South Korea's presidential Blue House and KCNA, the North State media agency. Okay.
So that means North Korea and the Blue House.
Blue House and North Korea both
Mm-hmm.
announced that
Yes,
through the
right.
statements.
It's in the first part of the
That's
paragraph.
right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So the
It's
Blue
very
House and
tricky.
yeah, K. What is KCNA?
I think KCNA is the North Korea state media agency.
They have.
Yeah.
Surprising. Yes. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on the restored cross-border communications?
Yes, right. Actually, both Korea had to reunite it in the
Mhm.
future, and then even though President Moon Jae-in tried
Mhm.
very hard, the situation is not getting better. It's the actually their communication and then their negotiation. There is no solution to
Mhm.
go for the next step and next step.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
another program is since Donald Trump was failed for his second presidential, so we have to deal with the new president in America, yeah, Mr. Biden.
Mhm.
So we have to do that, yeah, from scratch.
I see. So start all over again.
Yeah, because yeah, the we need to get the approval from America to
Mhm.
yeah communicate with North Korea and
Mm.
to further yeah reunited Korea.
I see. Okay. Why do you need the approval of America?
Actually, after the Korean War in
Mhm.
yeah, 1953, they
Mhm.
um, made some kind of a rule, and then the counterpart of North Korea at the time was not Korea government. That was the
Mhm.
American government. They made a contract,
Ah.
North Korea and America. So
Mm.
to solve the contract, to change the contract, then we need America government's decision.
I see. I got it now, right? And how important do you think is communication among nations?
Mm, it's very important, especially for the leaders of each countries.
Mhm.
They have to communicate each other personally or
Mhm.
secretly. That's why we have Hanna, even though we are divided Korea, but the summit of each Korea has Hanline to counterpart.
I see. Okay. Right. How do you communicate with North Korea?
Generally, we don't communicate with them very often, but there is Hanline. But only government can communicate with North Korea. For the
Oh.
yeah normal people, there is no way to communicate North Korean,
Oh, I see. So only the government.
right?
Okay. Through phone.
Through phone, right?
I see. Okay. So that means they never meet yet. And like I mean after the summit they had
Right,
before.
right. They never met.
Mm,
Yes, since
I
the
see.
summit.
Okay. Wow. Yes, they are really mysterious.
Right.
Yeah, they hide many things. You don't know what's happening, yes, in their country.
Right.
Yes. And yeah, do you believe that gaining trust is difficult?
Of course, that's
Mhm.
really difficult to get yeah get trust from someone,
Mhm. Yes.
especially yeah like this situation we've been for a long time, more than 50 years, lived as a each other's enemy.
Mhm.
So it's much more difficult to get each other's trust.
Mhm. Right. Yes, you're very correct. But do you think there's a possibility, yes, that your country will be reunited?
Just right, but nobody know when we can do uh, the productive talk or negotiation on it.
I see. Right. So it's possible. You think that there would be possibilities in the future.
Yes, and not
Mhm.
not near future. I think it's not near future.
Not in the near future. Right. I'm just so curious. If Kim Jong Un will die, who will replace him?
I think he has a son,
Oh, he's
and
married?
then yes, of course, he's
Oh,
been
really?
married for at least 5 years, and also,
Oh.
yeah, he has a younger sister, Kim Yo
Mm-mm.
Jong, and then
Mm-mm.
she's a secretary of him.
Ah,
She's
I
maybe she's
see.
ranked top two or top three ranked in the yeah North Korea's
North Korea.
hierarchy.
I see. Ah, so that means it could be possible. It's possible for North Korea to have a female leader.
Yeah, there is a high chance of the female
Mhm.
leader in North Korea.
I see, right. But in the history, did they have female leader?
No, not yet.
Usually yes. Oh, since their family is so secret, I don't know that Kim Jong Un was married. I don't
Yeah,
even know how his
yeah,
wife looked like.
yeah.
Right.
His wife used to be singer or famous talent in North
Ah,
Korea, and she's very beautiful and cute.
I see. That's why. Well, I have to search that in Google. Yeah, so all right. Any questions so far?
Yeah, everything is okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for having a class with me today. Have a great weekend.
Okay, bye bye.
Mm-hmm.